Hey guys, Break here and welcome back to the 7-button Spec series. The series where I show how any rotation of any DPS or healer can be done in just 7 buttons plus a few cooldowns. And this is going to be for anyone wanting to get into a Spec for the first time and do some heroic dungeons, mythic dungeons, maybe low level mythic plus and LFR raiding. Nothing more, so don't expect a great guide here, but a basic guide I can definitely give you. So what 7 buttons do you need to play at Resto Druid? First of all is Dispel, as you need for any healer class, so Nature's Cure, there we go. Second up we have Life Bloom. Now this is our tank healing hot, because all Resto Druid heals are hots basically, heal over time. So you want to have the Life Bloom on the tank at all times. Next up is Rejuvenation. You want to have 2 of these rolling because we've got a talent which I'll show in a second, but you want to just put these on as many people as possible because it's usually our best heal. Number 4 is the one non-hot, well the only one of 2 non-hots in the rotation, that is Regrowth. So if anyone takes big damage and needs healing up, you can just regrowth them. Swift Mend is similar, but it's instant cast and costs less mana, so again if someone takes damage and needs quickly healing up, you can Swift Mend them. And like I say, costs less mana, so it's probably preferable to Regrowth. Next up we have Wild Growth. Now this is a heal over time that affects everyone in the group, or if you're in a raid it affects 5 or 6 people, I think, up to 6, there we go. And you just want to keep that basically on cooldown. It costs quite a lot of mana, but it's usually our most efficient heal. So whenever the group is taking damage, you want a Wild Growth. And finally we have Efflorescence. This is just something you put under people and it heals them. So you want to put this under the group basically and it's going to heal them up. It does cost a lot of mana, so you don't want to be moving it around too much, but if you have the mana then it's definitely worth using. So that's it for the rotation. However, there are some cooldowns you have to be wary of. First of all is Iron Bark, which is a 1.5 minute cooldown. It basically reduces the damage someone takes, so usually put it on a tank. Next up is Essence of Gneer, our artifact ability. Now this just makes all your hots heal like doubly as quick. So if we put a rejuve on us now, you can see here 61k, 61k, but then if we Essence of Gneer it, 61k, 61k, so you get the idea. Deals it twice as quick. Next up is Flourish, another talent. We'll go over talents in a second, but you want to Wild Growth. And then Flourish is basically what you want to do. Basically extends all the hots by 6 seconds, but the best hot to extend is Wild Growth. So I'd usually only use Flourish if you've got a Wild Growth up. You can also use Gehenna with it as well. That makes a really OP move, is if you cast Wild Growth and then Gehenna and then Flourish. That's going to do so much healing and you'll be a professional player. Finally we have Tranquility, our most famous or infamous cooldown. It just does a load of healing over 7 seconds. So you just cast it and then you can move around if you want, but it's just going to do a ton of heals. Before we quickly go into a heroic dungeon, I want to show you the talents we use. So Prosperity just gives Swift Mend 2 charges, really useful. The next 3 don't really matter, but Displace a Beast gives you a teleport. Guardian Affinity, you take less damage. Mighty Bash is a stun. Next up we want to have Cultivation, so that means whenever someone that has rejuve on them drops below 60%, they just get another hot, and hots are always good. Germination, a bit like Prosperity, Germination just gives 2 charges of rejuve per person, so you can now put 2 rejuves on every single person instead of just 1. So again, more healing. And finally Flourish, as we talked about before, extends all the heal over time effects by 6 seconds. So here we are in a quick heroic dungeon. One thing I did forget, guys, is Innovate. You just cast it on yourself. Lets you cast spells without spending any mana for 10 seconds. Basically, it means you get mana rather than losing mana, which is good. So we're about to pull the first lot. So we're going to put a Life Bloom on the tank, most important. And we're going to put a Rejuve on the tank, most important. And then we'll start rejuving other people. But those 2 on the tank is going to be most important. We're not really taking any damage because it's a heroic dungeon. Oh look, there we go, some damage. So we want to Wild Growth because 2 built to damage, and we want to Dispel. Now we're a professional player because we dispelled them. But there we go, that wild growth was good. It healed up multiple people. Again, we want to be rejuving and double rejuving as many people as possible. And we mustn't forget our efflorescence. We'll put it down there so it heals people up. The tank's taking a bit of damage, so maybe we'll swift mend. There you go. Really nice. So pulled another pack. Again, we want to maybe iron bark the tank because he's taking damage. There we go. Again, rejuve everyone. Cast a wild growth because some people are taking damage. We want to dispel that. We want to put our efflorescence down. Look at all these hots. You just want to see all these hots rolling. You want to see as many hots on the bars as possible because that's going to mean you're doing a load of healing. And I'll just show you guys the OP moves. So remember, you wild growth, then you Gehenir, and then you flourish. And everyone's just going to be look, I won't have to do anything now because everyone's just going to be being healed so much. The second they drop any health, they'll probably get healed back up again. I'm going to dispel myself, and I'm going to put down a mushroom. Efflorescence, it used to be called mushroom, that's why I call it mushroom. There we go, and let's say you're kind of AFK, everyone starts to die. What you want to do, well, first of all, you want to get the tank up, and then to heal everyone, you want to do your tranquility. There you go, and now that everyone should start to get healed. Tank's still taking damage, so we can iron bark the tank and life bloom the tank. Now the tank's got so much stuff on him, he's going to be absolutely fine. We can swift mend this guy and maybe give him a regrowth. There you go. And I even forgot my mushroom efflorescence. Doesn't matter. Everyone's fine. There you go, guys. Hope you get the idea. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, see ya.